How did you get into all of this?
Well, Jane, I never thought that this is what I'd be doing for a living, and it took some hard knocks in life to kind of figure out what kind of path I was going to take. And it happened back in 2001 when I thought my path in life was going to take a whole different road. I wanted to be a school teacher, and I was at a point in my life where my kids were all grown up, and I needed to find out what I was going to do. So I went to the college in Baraboo to talk to a counselor, and kind of got my thoughts on being a teacher, because I've always wanted to do that, but I was a young mother and couldn't always fulfill the dream I really wanted. Well, anyways, I worked with Roger, my husband. He was a farmer that owned a co-op, and they were selling the business, and they needed to, we both needed to find new jobs. And anyways, I went to work that day, and I said to him, "Hey, Raj," I says, "I'm going to be a teacher, and this is what I want to do." And he looks at me and he says, "Well, how about this?" And he hands me the realty section of the newspaper for Oxford, Wisconsin. Population 607 now. And I said, "Well, what are we going to do?" And he says, "Well, here's a little laundromat and a restaurant." And I said, "No," I said, "I don't want to get in the restaurant business. We'll probably go broke." And he says, "Well, it's too late. I put an offer in on it." There, my path changed in life. Didn't really have my heart into it at first because I just didn't know. I was scared. But we moved here to the farm here in Oxford, and in 2001, in the middle of December, we opened up Maggie Mae's Cafe. And at that time, I was the waitress, and we had a cook and a dishwasher. And Roger heard me sing it to the radio in the kitchen, and he said, "You know, I think you ought to go out and sing to the folks in the dining room when you know a song on the radio." And I said, "Well, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard. You don't do that." And he says, "Well, I think you should." Well, I must have had that on my mind, and saw somebody playing the guitar on television, and I decided that's what I wanted to do, was to play the guitar. Well, I started to sing at the cafe, and there my path in life changed again. It just got so busy with people watching me sing. I started a band, and found out that this music brought a lot of happiness, not just to other people, but to myself, and I just really kind of threw myself into it. And so just when you think that things might be going bad in your life, things can turn around, and you make yourself some happiness somewhere. And I found that by this music that I do, it puts a lot of smiles on people's faces.
So do you think that your happiness comes in a greater amount from making other people happy?
Yes, that's probably, my dad gave me some advice one time. You know, throughout life, everybody has heartaches. There's people that lose loved ones, you know, and bad relationships and families. And my dad gave me some advice. He says, "Do good for someone else today, and it will make you in turn. It will bless you." And yeah, I suppose the Bible probably says that too, that you'll get blessings back in tenfold. And I feel like that's what's happening to me.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, thank you so very much. And do you have one tip for people that are feeling a little down, something that they can do to kind of...
For myself too, is just what I told you, is do something nice for somebody else, whether it be, you know what, there's so many people that have something worse going on than we have in our lives, and if it means, okay, I'm going to pick up the phone and call somebody and just say, "Hello, was thinking about you," I guarantee that will make you feel better. Do something nice for a neighbor, and I guarantee those things will help you feel better. And just remember that there is someone else that's always suffering more than you, and the world is still full of good people, and by doing something good, it will just help it.
What do you think about music as spirit? I think of music as part of spirit.
It is. Music has been such a healing for things in my life, and in turn, it's helped a lot of people. One of the biggest compliments, I know it's a sad thing, but at funerals, I've had so many of my friends and fans say that they played a certain song that I sang from one of my CDs at a funeral, and I mean, what a big compliment that they thought that much of that song. But it's the words of the songs that touch people's hearts.
Well, thank you so very much. And today you're bringing more joy.
Yep, and a lot of people come in, they'll all leave with a happy smile on their face.
Thanks, Meg.
Thank you so much, Jane.
Bye-bye.